Foal Watch is brought to you by HRNZ Marketing in association with the New Zealand Standardbred Breeders Association. Welcome to our final episode of Foal Watch. It has been a year since we started following the journey of our mare Ohoka Moon at Dancingonmoonlight farm. We've been there from the very beginning. We were there for every scan. We were there when Sara Smith inseminated Ohoka Moon. We were even there when Sara picked up the Bettors Delight semen from the airport. And of course, we were there when the team got the happy news that a foal was on the way. Now we join our vet, Andrew Bailey of Rangiora Vet Centre, and Sara of Dancingonmoonlight Farm for one last episode, where we introduce you to our foal. Ohoka Moon foaled a beautiful and healthy colt in the very early hours of Sunday the 10th of November 2019. In fact, the birth went so smoothly that Ohoka Moon delivered him without even the team at Y-Air getting to her before he arrived. He even has the same unique markings on his flank as his dam, just the opposite colouring. We managed to get some photos of his first day of life, and then a week later headed to Y-Air Farm to meet him, and talk to Andrew and Sara about our journey. Well, Andrew, can you believe it's been a year since we started this segment and we've got a healthy little colt at foot?
It's unreal, isn't it? It's gone so fast, and thinking back to when you first came out and we were doing those scans, and to be here now with a foal running around's amazing. I mean, the year just blurs into one, doesn't it? But yes, it's really cool to have been able to follow it right through, and it's all gone well, and here we are. So ready to go again.
I know, it's just one big cycle.
Yeah.
And in terms of the first weeks of a foal's life, the little guy looks like he's all put together well.
Yep.
What do you look for when you're looking at them?
Well, there's a whole lot of challenges for them. So they've come out of being in a nice, warm, fluid-filled, controlled environment, absolutely nothing to worry about for 11 months. Suddenly they're plonked on the ground. They've got gravity. They've got to feed. There's all these challenges they've got. So the first 2 or 3 days is really, really critical. You can have a perfectly healthy foal born, and in 48 hours you can have a complete mess if things don't go right. Now, you've got to remember, over the years we've selected these horses to run fast, do all these other things. We haven't selected them to survive and run away when they're born, from predators and all that sort of stuff. So we've naturally selected these for other things. So they do need a bit of a hand, some of them. Most of them are fine. But so we, when they're born, we check them for all sorts of things. I mean, they can be born with deformities and all that sort of stuff. So we check all that. And then the next thing is just making sure that they're feeding right, their tummies are working, and just that things are going well. Mum's got enough milk, all those sorts of things, as well as dealing with all the mum issues as well. But then once we're 2 or 3 days into it, they've had all their colostrum, they've bonded with mum well, things usually then carry on all right. Obviously we're monitoring them all the time because there are little things that can catch them out along the way, but those first 2 or 3 days and just establishing that bond with mum and getting the feeding going is absolutely critical. And if we get that wrong, we will battle, and often battle for life with them, because those first few days are just, again, so critical for them.
And of course, we're fortunate that Ohoka Moon has been there, done that. She's been a mum before. But with a maiden mare, is there anything in particular you're looking at?
Oh, no. I mean, we're looking at the same things with all of them. But yeah, of course, maidens, it's their first time, and some of them can panic a little bit. I mean, theoretically, they've got hormones there and all the signs to tell them this is their baby, this is what they need to put their attention to. But we do get the odd one that sort of, the foal flops on the ground and they run off going, oh my gosh, what is that thing? I don't want to have anything to do with that. But with a little bit of encouragement and convincing and taking a bit of time, most of them come right. There's very few that will reject them. There is the occasional one. And the other thing with maidens too is just making sure we get that milk supply established early on. So a certain amount of milk is there when they're born, but then the foal suckling regularly is what stimulates their milk production to really come in that first week. So it's really critical to get those foals up drinking off the mare, for both the mare and the foal.
And I recall we talked about this initially when we had Ohoka Moon coming in to be scanned, but how soon do you start looking at the mare to come back into foal heat?
Yeah, so they come into a foal heat, they can come in anywhere from about 7 or 8 days, which is incredible, to go from having a full-term pregnancy on board to a week later potentially being AI or mated again. It's unreal. But yeah, we'll start looking them at usually at 7 to 8 days, and we're initially, like we talked about last year, looking to make sure that they've cleaned properly, they've got no fluid, they've got no infections, and that they are ready to go again. And then we'll start looking at and thinking about if we're going to serve them on the foal heat or not, and just play it by ear. But we're about a week. Obviously we're looking at them in the first few days, just visually in the paddock, if there's a muck under their tail or anything like that, or if they did hold on to their placenta for a wee bit longer. We were recording and noting all that down, so we kind of class them. If they're high risk, we'll look at them before that. If it's just a normal mare, she's foaled normally without assistance, she's past her afterbirth okay, we're probably not going to look at her till 7 days, and that's check she's clean and ready to go, and then where her ovaries are at and ready to start again.
So as a vet, Andrew, do you and your team ever get a break?
It certainly does slow down over the winter time. Obviously, it's the work is concentrated for me, just as us as breeding and foaling. It all happens over a very short few months. But then as we go into the autumn time, we're into the weaning of the foals, and there's always work. So there's time for a break. But the work does keep going all year.
Well, I want to thank you and your team for the amazing assistance they've given us this year. Following this journey has been amazing. So thank you so much, and keep up the great work.
It's been really enjoyable, and thanks for having us as part of it. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
So Sara, we're back revisiting Spice, as we know, Ohoka Moon. How is she and the young guy going?
Oh, they're really good. She's definitely boss of the paddock, and no one messes with her, especially at food time. But no, they're really, really good. Couldn't be happy with the foal. His conformation seems really good at this stage. We keep monitoring it as he grows older, as we do. But no, really, really happy.
And it sounds as though we were hoping to get some footage at YE, but she foaled so quickly, but it seemed to go smoothly by all reports.
Yes, no, unfortunately, she went way too quickly for everyone. Even they couldn't capture it for us. But all was good. She has a history of retaining her placenta, which she didn't do this year, which was really nice. And otherwise, everything went smoothly, and he took straight to the boob, which was just what you want.
Yeah. It seems in this whole process, Sara, we've been pretty fortunate. It's gone pretty smoothly, but it's not always the case, is it?
No, definitely not. I think it's been very lucky that she's had a good one, and it's sort of nice to see how it should go, but there definitely doesn't always quite go like that, but we'll take it, we'll make the most of it.
Exactly, because there can be a scenario where you're serving 3 or 4 times and just trying to the very end, can't you?
Absolutely. I've got one here, she foaled in September, and we've had 2 goes and still haven't had a positive test yet, so it never stops, but that's all right, that's part and parcel. You have the good ones and the bad ones. And for you and the team here, how's foaling gone at this early stage of the season? It's going good. We've only got 5 foals left to come now, and we will end up, hopefully, if all's going well, with 21 foals to hit the ground this year.
Wow. And of course, it's not just the foaling side. You've got yearling preparations, you've got yearling sales coming up. It's been a year that we've been following you, but gee, it just seems to go so quickly, doesn't it?
Oh, it has gone so quickly. It's scary to think that, we've been through sales, we've been through a breeding season, and we're in the next one, and we're about to contemplate bringing in more yearlings and do the sales all over again.
Yeah. Okay, so with the Ohoka Moon, obviously she's just had the young guy about a week or so ago. When do you start thinking about what the next steps will be for her?
So we bring her in at 7 days post-foaling to check her and make sure she's clean, there's no traces of fluid or any bits and pieces inside her, and see what her ovaries are doing. At this stage, we're not 100% sure if we want to breed from her again this year. We might give her a year off because she has had a few foals in succession. So as long as she's clean and tidy inside and we're happy, we'll probably just leave her be at that, and then we'll keep monitoring the foal and bringing him in just to check how conformation's going, but otherwise we'll leave her in peace. Yeah,
and you must be absolutely thrilled with the way Dom Domingo's going in the States for her this year.
Yes, he's been going amazing. It's so exciting, and we love watching and cheering on and seeing all the results that he's doing, and to see him high up there on the stake earners, that's really, really exciting.
Well, Sara, I can't thank you and the team enough for making time for me, all the various trips out to scans and awkward filming when we're picking up semen and things like that. So thank you so much for your time, and we'll be following Spice and her colt with great interest.
Wonderful. No, thank you very much, and anytime, always appreciate it.
Well, that completes our Foal Watch series. A huge thanks again to Sarah Smith and the team at Dancing on Moonlight Farm, and also Andrew Bailey and the Rangiora Vet Centre team. We've learned so much along the way and can't wait to follow the future racing career of the stunning Ohoka Moon Bettors Delight colt. And if it has inspired you to follow the breeding dream, contact the New Zealand Standardbred Breeders Association or Harness Racing New Zealand to find out how you can lease a broodmare and breed your own standardbred foal.